Hi guys, and welcome to another Hero of the Week. So it's been a very difficult time for Boris Johnson recently. He had to lie about a party taking place, then he had to lie about how many parties there were, then he had to lie about his attendance there. It's all been a bit draining for the Prime Minister. Well, Wednesday's PMQs was the icing on the cake. He saw one of the MPs that he helped win his seat back in 2019 cross the aisle and join the Labour Party, and then we have our hero, who unbelievably made it here. But times are strange. Our hero of the week is none other than Brexiteer David Davis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Like many on these benches, I spent weeks and months defending the Prime Minister against often angry constituents. I reminded them of his success in delivering Brexit.
Okay, I know I called him hero of the week, but it is David Davis, remember. When it comes to Brexit, he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, but let's continue.
And on the vaccine, and many other things. But I expect my leaders to shoulder the responsibility for the actions they take. Yesterday, he did the opposite of that. So I'll remind him of a quotation altogether too familiar to him of Leo Amery to Neville Chamberlain. You have sat there too long for all the good you have done. In the name of God, go.
Whoa. In the name of God, go. So, time for Boris Johnson to leave. He has served his time. It's time to go. He should resign. And, there are growing problems for Johnson. On Wednesday, of course, there was an MP from the Conservatives who crossed the aisle to join the Labour Party. He was one of these MPs who won his seat for the first time back in 2019. Of course, on the back of getting Brexit done and Boris Johnson's popularity. Time to go, Boris. Let's hear what he had to say.
Order, Prime Minister.
I must say to the right honourable gentleman, I don't know what he's talking about, but what I can tell him, I don't know what quotation he's alluding to that he...
He doesn't know the quotation. Maybe he should have turned around to Jacob Rees-Mogg and asked Jacob if he knew the quotation.
He's referring, but what I can tell him is that I think I've told this House repeatedly throughout this pandemic, I take full responsibility for everything done in this government and throughout the pandemic.
But you should do the honourable thing then and resign, because you have lied to Parliament. You have lied to the people. You've broken the rules. Like, there are a number of... even if we just park the party for a moment, park the party, he's lied in Parliament on almost every occasion. I think you could actually put it down to every occasion that he's been in the House of Commons, he's lied. Lied about everything. He lies when he's interviewed by the media. And it's starting to damage the brand. It's damaging the Conservative Party. And that's why there's a growing number of members of Parliament on the Conservative side calling for him to resign. David Davis is considered important in the Conservative Party. So if he's asking Johnson to resign, I think we're getting close to the end. I've said before, we have to wait for a member of the cabinet. As soon as a member of the cabinet calls for Boris Johnson to resign, it's over. Because it means that he can no longer command control over his own front bench. He's not able to control the cabinet, and he has to go, and he will resign. Now, what I'm interested to know from you guys is, how do you think he will go? I have a feeling he'll say that he's done his best and he's tired and he has undermined his own rules or whatever. He won't apologize. He'll make a fake apology, of course, but I think this is what he'll do, is he will say that he became a distraction to the great work that the NHS is doing and the great work the government are doing, and he wishes well the next Prime Minister, probably Rishi Sunak, wishes them well. But I think that's what he's going to do when he does resign. But it could happen within a few hours, or it could happen within a few weeks. It's hard to tell, certainly with Boris Johnson. But I think the first real red flag for him will be when a member of the cabinet calls him out and says he should resign. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this, and a little bit of a round of applause for our hero of the week.